All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Cowboys rookie guard Tyler Booker. Booker to put together a solid NFL debut. He did a lot of really nice things for the Dallas Cowboys, and we'll break down everything he did so well. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to see us do more of them, consider becoming a member of our channel. Help us support, continue to do them. There's a link in the description box below. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's open up some pass protection. There's Booker right there at right guard on the right side of your screen. So the Dallas Cowboys, they're going to take the play side, center, left guard, left tackle on this play, and they're all going to take the gap to their left. So center working that gap, Smith working that gap, Guyton working that gap, which means we're going to get one-on-one on the backside. One-on-one Booker on this 3 technique on the outside shoulder, and one-on-one Terrence Steele on this defensive end lined out really wide right there. So this 3 technique right here, he's got a 3-way go in this situation. He can go outside Booker, he can go through him, or he can go inside. This is a really good situation for defensive tackles to take advantage of. But here we got young 52, the rookie. He not only wins the rep, he does it in dominating fashion. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. One-on-one. Drives his feet, buries him into the dirt. Prescott steps up, hits a check down. This is really, really good. I mean, from a technical perspective, right, calm, good strike, good counter right there, runs his feet. Again, he gets maybe a little overextended, maybe oversets a little bit, but you talk about finish, you talk about a little Mauler right there. Love to see it from the young rookie. Strong physical presence, little nastiness, little physicality from the guy in his first NFL start. Brings it for the Dallas Cowboys here. Not a perfect start at all from Tyler Booker. Definitely a lot of things to work on, but this is really promising. Again, shuts down the initial move and then buries the counter and then lays on top of him. Good finish here from 52. All right, for the wide copy, you can see Booker right there at the top of your screen. Stops the initial rush, inside move comes, and then buries him inside and puts him in the dirt. It's winning football, guys. Again, perfect technique. No, maybe oversets a little bit, maybe misses with his hands a little bit, maybe a little late with his hands. All things to work on. But I tell you what, you can't teach athleticism and you can't teach finish, and Booker has plenty of it right here. All right, how about some more pass protection? There's 52, of course, Tyler Booker at right guard. So this time the offensive line's play side is going to be to the right. So the center's going to take this gap, right guard's going to take this gap, right tackle's going to take this gap, and we're going to get one-on-one right here on the backside. And Booker does a really good job. He sees this 2-eye technique. He's a 2-eye because he's on the inside eye of Booker right there. Again, a 3 technique, like we showed on the previous play, would be on the outside shoulder of Booker. He sees, and I think there's a lot of communication here where they know this defensive end, he's coming right into his gap, and this defensive tackle's going this way. This is really good communication and a really smart play from 52. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see 52 picks up defensive end. Nice rep. You can see here at the very beginning, he's got to check briefly that defensive tackle. He can't get out there too fast just in case 97 from Philly flies up the gap vertically, but he immediately knows defensive end's coming. Smart play. This has to be communicated between all 3 guys or a game plan preparation kind of thing. Very well prepared. And we'll get to a play where Booker wasn't so well prepared and didn't do a great job in a play very similar to this, but it was a mixed bag in these kind of things, but he has the potential. That's the important thing. He's got an ability to recognize and react. I think he'll definitely get better with more reps, but right here, really nice job picking up the defensive end. Good play. From the wide copy, you can see Booker right there at the top of your screen. Picks up defensive end coming, locks him down, hits Turpin for a really nice completion. This is good pass pro. This is how it's supposed to be done. Again, a complex structure here from the Eagles, bringing a corner blitz. The Cowboys do a really nice job picking it up. Running back sees it coming as well. I think Terrence Steele's a little out of position. I don't know why he goes down inside. I would think he would have to work to his right. I'm not exactly sure what the protection coverage call was, so I want to assume he made a mistake, but overall, really good job. Again, across the board. Good pickup here, good protection. Not ideal there. Who was that? The left guard situation right there between the center and left guard. He kind of splits these guys. BB does just enough there. But I tell you what, when you look at Booker, really nice job recognizing and reacting for Dallas. All right, how about more pass pro? There is Booker this time going the other direction, still at right guard, of course, for the Dallas Cowboys. So this time the Cowboys, the center, left guard and left tackle, they're all going to take the gap to their left just like this in this protection, which means right here Booker's going to be one-on-one on the 2-eye technique inside right here. Really tough assignment because right here when you're one-on-one, you got to work your feet over square to make sure you don't give up any initial penetration, but you can't go over too quickly and allow this defensive lineman to then work back around. Booker plays it perfectly, does a great job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap, protection slides away. Booker covers up 97, makes him go around, stays with them. Prescott goes deep. Draws the defensive pass interference. Big play for Dallas. Let's look at Booker here. Again, see how he stays square and flat and immediately right there does a good job cutting it off without overextending. When the defensive lineman loops back around, he runs with him and stays with him, pushes him upfield. Really good pass protection. This is good technique. This is good execution, good finish, good athleticism. All around, nice play here from 52. All right, for the wide copy, you can see Booker right there kind of in the middle of your screen. He's going to cover up 97 right there. Great job. When he loops around, he's there to stay with him. Now, I'm not exactly sure, right, if this stunt protection here between 78 and 52, Terrence Steele and Booker. Terrence Steele stayed on the defensive end, so I think everyone was just staying on their guy in this structure. Again, that can be what the call is sometimes. But these are one of these things where Booker, again, shows off his athleticism, cuts off 97, stays with it, runs him upfield, gives the offense a chance, generates a big penalty. All right, this next play is something Booker definitely needs to work on, and there he is, of course, at right guard for the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to get a stunt from the Philadelphia Eagles. 94, he lines up in a 2-eye. He's going to work this way immediately, but then come around as 0 works up the field and goes inside just like this. From a structure perspective, from pass protection, the center is taking this gap, the right guard is taking this gap, and the right tackle is taking this gap. So by assignment, what Booker's supposed to do is have a strong inside foot, inside hand on 94 to help the center come over and keep an eye out for anything firing in this gap. The problem with Booker is he's a little too caught up on 94, and when 94 goes this way, he commits too far inside. When 0 then goes inside, he's too late to recognize and react, something he definitely needs to improve on. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see Booker, a little too much committed 94. 0 gets pressure. Prescott has to dink it down for a loss. It's one of those things that happens, right? It's going to get better with time. This is something that's a rookie mistake, right? He's too committed to the heavy inside hand, heavy inside foot. He needs to be more aggressive for the stunt. He's too late to pick it up. This is one of those things where I think with more repetition going forward into his career, he'll know, okay, I just need to be there in case 94 comes to me. I don't need to work to him. Because you can see at the snap here, if I go back to the very beginning, see how Booker actually takes his foot and moves it to 94? That's not what you're supposed to do. Get in your gap, have your eyes in your gap, and just have a strong inside hand right there to help out your center and be there to pick up 0. Something Booker will work on and should get better on in the future. From the wide copy, you can see Booker right there. You can see him kind of moves to the defensive tackle. Now he's too late to 0 right there, the Philadelphia Eagle coming around. Again, in college, maybe you could have gotten away with it, but the NFL, these edge rushers, too fast, too athletic, a little too committed to defensive tackle. His job, keep your eyes in this gap. 52, you should be looking right at 0 right there. I guarantee you something will be corrected in the film room. I don't expect him to make this mistake too much going forward. All right, let's go a little running game now. There's Booker, of course, at right guard for the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to get a little zone concept working to the offensive left, the right side of your screen right here. We're going to get motion right here from the tight end working around this direction. He's going to settle here and then lead as everyone takes a zone track just like this. Everyone getting in their gap, taking over whoever you can, whoever's in your gap. We're going to get a little fake reverse here on the backside to hold the linebackers. Again, a pretty well-designed play. And right here, let's look at Booker. He does a really good job because, again, his zone scheme is to get into this gap right here and pick up whoever it ends up coming. Now, by structure, it kind of looks like it'll be number 53 for Philadelphia. But what the Eagles do, they slant and stunt their defensive line, and 94 actually enters into this gap, and Booker does a great job picking him up and reaching him, sealing him off. Let's check it out. All right, there's a motion. All right, there's a snap. There's a handoff. There's a fake reverse. Decent little run. Good hard finish from the running back. Let's look at Booker right here. Again, he's going to get into his gap. He gets into his gap, sees 94 right there, but he turns his hips right there and reaches him, cuts him off. Perfect. Completely sealed him off. And actually sealed off or helped seal off 97 too. Look at this cutback lane right here. If the running back could have gone to it, it would have been a huge play. And again, it's so tough, the running back. He takes this pretty wide, and you can see exactly why. He sees 58 in his face right away. But I tell you what, if he could have just found a way to stay and hit this seam right here, look at this, folks. And again, this is a good hard running back from Williams, right? This is a good play. This isn't Javonte Williams' fault by any means, but it just speaks to how close these big plays can happen when you have blocks like this on the backside, cutting off defensive tackles with good reach blocks. Nice play here. Great athletic feet here from the rookie. From the wide copy, you're going to get the motion right there. We're going to see the zone tracks by everybody. You can see at defensive end, he slants inside, gets penetration, forces a running back to bounce it, then go north and south. It's a good hard run by 33, but I tell you what, folks, you can see this hole open up. If I freeze it right here, my goodness gracious, they've got everybody, the Cowboys do have everyone pinned and dislocated to that side of the hash, and they got one-on-one here on the backside. 52, Booker sealed off his man. It's one-on-one with the safety for a touchdown. Now 33, because of the penetration, because of the structure of the defense, right? This is by design, has to balance it. But I tell you what, big plays happen when running backs maybe notice this in the future. Maybe you watch this in film, and maybe in the rematch, you have a chance for this kind of big play. And it all starts here with a guy like Booker doing a great job reaching this defensive lineman with a really nice block. All right, let's go with a little power football here. This was one of my favorite plays I saw on film from the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to get a double team right here, working up to the backside. We're going to get a double team right here, just getting movement. Guard's going to pull and kick out number 3. Fullback's going to lead through the hole just like this. It's going to be good old-fashioned power football. This is awesome stuff. This is physical football. Love to see it. Let's watch these double teams across the board. Let's watch this contact here at the point of attack. I love this kind of stuff. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. Look at these double teams. Running back falls the hole, falls forward. Good 5-6 yard run. Good football. Let's look at 52 right here. I say this is a double team. It's really the center giving a little help and Booker just walling down 94, winning at the point of attack. How about the tackle and tight end? Moving 97 down. Look at that. Good double team. Getting up to the backside linebacker. My goodness gracious. Then 86. Hey, man, this ain't bad. How about Lipke getting in there on an all-pro linebacker? Hey, look at that. How about Tyler Smith? Right, this is a tough block. Number 3 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Blew this play up about 5 times for the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. Tyler Smith, he wins that. This is good football. This is power football. This is how the Chiefs lost to the Eagles. This is how the Eagles want to play. They beat teams by stopping runs like this. And the Dallas Cowboys and Tyler Booker, this young offensive line, this powerful offensive line, does a really, really nice job here. All right, sticking with the running game, and there's Booker right there, of course, at right guard for the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to get a zone read concept. So what the Cowboys are going to do is they're going to read this defensive end, or at least act like they're going to read, and everyone else is going to take the gap to the right side of your screen, the offense is left. So what the tackle is going to do here, he's going to work up to 53. Booker's going to base reach number 97, lined up in a 2-eye. Center's going to take this gap and work up right here. Left guard's going to work up to 90. Tackle's going to work up to the defensive end as the tight end flashes and then works up to the next level. The running back's just going to follow this track wherever he can find a hole. This was a play right here from Booker that was not his best play, but I tell you what, for not being his best run block, it still wasn't a total disaster. If this is him at his worst, that's not too bad, especially for his debut. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap, zone read action there, handoff inside, limited run for about 3 yards. Let's look at Booker right here. Again, gets on 97, stays with him, doesn't do a great job, doesn't reach him, doesn't get a whole lot of movement, but he still finishes the play, runs his feet, ends up being a 3-yard run. Good hard run by the running back. And if this is the worst case scenario right here for the Dallas Cowboys, 3-yard run right up the middle against a good defense, it's not too bad. Right, again, Booker right here, there's a lot to work on technically. I think he gets extension right there. 97 does a good job. I like him to run his feet a little bit more. I like him to be a little more squared up. Allows 97 to kind of play off the block there, so there's things to work on. But again, he shows good effort, good finishes the block, runs him into the pile. All the things you can't teach, right? Strength, athleticism, finish. Booker has it. Not his best rep by any stretch of the imagination, but for his worst rep, not at all that terrible. All right, from the wide copy, you can see Booker right there, line up at right guard. You can see he's going to base 97, doesn't really get a whole lot of movement, but he stays with the block and finishes it to the pile. Again, it's the little things. It's the finish. It's the athleticism. You'd like a little bit more shock. You can see right here, this defensive tackle does a really good job, right? Face mask to face mask combat, then he extends. You don't want that to happen. You want to get more movement at the point of attack. Compare Booker to Tyler Smith right here. See how Smith gets into 90 and works them and keeps trying to work and stays on him, gets helmet to square a little bit, and stays on him to the entire play. That's more of what you're going for. Booker, a little bit more to clean up here. Still not terrible. Again, if this is the worst base block that you ever see from Booker, not a bad rep here from the rookie. All right, down by the goal line here, what the Cowboys are doing, whether it's a play call or just a Dak Prescott decision at the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a fade outside, but everyone up front acts like it's a run. So you have the tackle work this direction, guard work this direction, center work this direction. Booker right here picks up 53. Offensive tackle, blocks down. We get everyone blocking down. I want you guys to watch Booker get on 53 and finish him into the ground. Again, I love his finish. That's the key part of Booker's game. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. Everyone goes down. It's a fade outside. Get a little pass interference. Works out well for Dallas. Let's look at 52 right here. 53, finish him into the dirt. That's what Booker does. He just grinds people into the turf. I love that from the young offensive lineman. Is he perfect technically? Not all the time. Sometimes in pass pro he's pretty good. He's got a lot of things to work on, but he's a good athlete, plays strong, he's nasty, got a Mauler mentality. Like to see it from any young offensive lineman. All right, from the wide copy, get it really good at Booker right there. Again, gets into 53 and just buries him into the turf. It's that next level physicality. It's that Mauler mentality. It's imposing your will. It's a little thing, right? Is it a game-changing play? Absolutely not. But forcing these linebackers to get off the turf a few times a game, burying off defensive linemen a few times a game, that's a big part of playing offensive line. Again, imposing your will, being a mauler, being a bully. Like to see this from any offensive lineman. Really good sign here from the rookie first rounder. All right, let's finish off on a really good play from Booker, and there he is, of course, at right guard. The Cowboys are going to run a little split zone with motion. So 87 is going to come in motion pre-snap. Then he's going to go post-snap here and kick out this defensive end. Everyone else on the offensive line is taking zone tracks. We're getting a zone block here, zone double team here, working up to the next level. We're going to get backside scoops here where these two guys, the right tackle and guard, are trying to cut off these two guys right here. And Booker does a great job as 97 tries to work across his face. They keep getting movement, and he actually turns and pins him once again, opens up a huge crease. This is a really nice play from Booker. Good movement, good finish, good high IQ play. Let's check it out. There's the motion. There's the snap. There's 87 working back out. There's a handoff. Good hole, good run. But look at this seam down the middle of this defense right here. It's a good run. Again, there's two really big holes. But right here, look at this. Look at this seam. He's got 2 good seams. Really nice play right here for the Cowboys up front. Look at 52, working up 97. He sees 53 right there. That's his guy he's working up to. 53 goes away. What does he do? He turns back to the defensive lineman as his tackle picks up 53 and pins him inside. Awesome stuff. Or pins him outside, excuse me. Really good work here. High IQ play, good footwork, good athlete, understanding the concept. Everything you want from a young offensive lineman. Was it a perfect performance against the Philadelphia Eagles for Tyler Booker? No, a lot of things to work on, and we've highlighted some of that today. But there's a lot to really like and a lot of things you can't teach. A lot of his mistakes are coachable mistakes, right? He's got great finish, high football IQ. He runs his feet. Everything from a young offensive lineman you love to see. Cowboys, after one game, have to like what they have in Booker.